With the addition of Greece, it is time for us to discuss again the best to worst civilization in Rise of Kingdoms. I'm going to give you a bunch of different scenarios in here, from early game to mid game to late game, and eventually overall civilization, and as well as the worst civilization in Rise of Kingdoms in 2023. Now, for the most part, us content creator, we just talk about the civilization. And we tell you what's the best and what's the worst and what we recommend for you. But this time in 2023, we're going to up it up a notch. We are going to create a civilization tier list. Yes, civilization tier list for Rise of Kingdoms. We're going to rank this up, and I'm going to give you my personal opinion on my style of gaming. So I might have a little bit of a difference for you guys. All right, we might have a different opinion and different view on how we're going to rank this civilization, but I'm going to do my best to be fair in here to guide for free to play, mid spender, and big spender. All right, so if you guys have any like differences of opinion in here, please do let me know in the comment section below. Now, one thing that I do want to start here with is that as we make a civilization video, I am Shinchi42. Many people think that I am, Japanese or other race. I am actually Chinese, but I was born in the Philippines. But now I live in the United States. Now, I got a question for you. I want to connect a little bit more with you guys here. Something different than other content creators do. Most of the content creators, they don't care about you guys. I'll just be honest with you guys. All they care is creating content, monetize. But as you guys know, I'm a bit different. I'm a bit unorthodox with other creators in the space of entire YouTube. I do what I do. I'm an Aries, and I'm a bit of a fire sometimes. I don't think about some things, and then I just do it because that's how I am. I do what I do, and I say how it is. So my question in here is like, I want to ask every single one of you guys that are watching, don't skip. All right? I want to ask you guys, where are you guys from? Because we've been playing Rise of Kingdoms for 5 years. I love connecting. I've connected to many people already. But I want to know, you right now, you're watching this video, where are you from? And tell me a little bit about your background or your country. Well, what is it like, or your city? And also tell me, how would you rank the civilization, and what is your favorite civilization? So you can pick whatever, but at least let me know a little bit something about you. And interacting in the comment is really helpful, so I hope you guys can interact with me here. We are still growing in the space of YouTube in here, and I'm trying my best in here to create fun content with you guys, and as well as educational content. And by the way, I want to invite you guys to my brand new channel for my reaction channel. Subscribe over there. We also have a new TikTok channel as well. So don't forget to follow us on these pages. And before we get started, I've got something to share to you guys. This is an ROK merch. We got this from our LA meetup. It's actually a whole box. It's a ROK crate. And I have 2 posters as well. It's like Guan Yu, and I forgot what's the other one. But if you guys are interested, you want, some of these, please let me know. Reach out to me on Discord or comment in the comment section that you guys want it. I can ship it to anybody who is in the US. But if you want to ship it outside of US, it's going to be a lot more expensive. Within the crate, there is also an ROK mug with this Tao Tao. I would not recommend that you guys use any of these. It's going to be more of a display. There is also a ROK mouse pad in here. So this is something that you guys can actually get. So do you see? And that's pretty cool. Now, within the gift, I'm also going to drop my business card. So you get to have one of them as well. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you want one of the ROK crates and as well as the poster, I can ship them to you, but you'll have to pay for the shipment and my time as well. So, of course, I've got to, bring it to the shipping company and box it, everything, and I got to do all that. So you have to compensate for that, but it's not like ridiculous amount. You're not buying it from me. We're just doing the shipment and stuff. Already shipped one as well to Blood Crow of 1128 as he reached out to me from my previous video. So you guys can definitely get one of these. Just let me know. I can do the work for you. And we have limited amount, so it will be gone pretty soon. So before we get started in here, this video might be a little bit longer. Now, there is going to be a timeline in our video. So feel free to kind of hover around on which section you want to watch. But I do recommend that you should watch entire video so you can understand our thought process and understand the strategy within the game for civilization. Now, let's first talk about the early civilization. What early civilization should you choose? We really recommend a lot to use the civilization China, which I will put China in here. And if we look into the civilization buff over here in China, you can see this is going to increase the troop defense by 3%, action point recovery 5%, and building speed 5%. This is going to significantly help you to progress in the early stages of the game as you are trying to build your buildings, as it is very, very important to upgrade those buildings fast so you can gain power. Now, starting commander, Sun Tzu, great with AoE, good for slight defense as well. That's the biggest thing though, is AoE. So the next civilization that I would put up here, so in my opinion, I don't think there is any other good civilization to put into S rank, because I believe that is the best civilization to use when you first start in the early stages of the game. But I'm going to give you other ranks in here for A. For A, I would say we are going to put the Japan civilization. I actually started with Japan civilization in my account. Now, one of the big reasons is in the Japan civilization, you are going to get a really good hero as well, Kosonoki Masashige. This is another AoE commander in Rise of Kingdoms that can help you just like Sun Tzu, and it has some defense capability as well. This is good for the archer gangs in here. It has a increased troop attack by 3% and increased resource gathering speed as well. And in the early stages, you have to unfog the kingdom. This will also help you out a little bit with the 30% march speed of the scouts. Now, the next thing that I will put on my A rank in here is Korea. Korea can also be good to start off with. In Korea, you're going to get Ilji Mundeok, which is a very good starting commander as well, but not as great as Sun Tzu, of course. But here is that you will have the research speed. So if you do decide to get Korea, you still get that research speed that can help you to finish up your technologies in the game. So you can work on specific things like mathematics and the construction research as well, which is the masonry that can help you out to progress within the game. Now, as you guys can see, the way we decide in the early game is that we're mainly focusing on development. So in the early game, you're going to see development civilization, just like Egypt as well. Egypt is another development civilization. It has a building and research speed by 1.5%. This will help you not a whole lot, but it helps you for both building and research. This is going to be a great civilization for whales, actually, because this is a whale civilization. You know, get that rally army damage in here. So if you are a whale, you might want to just stick with Egypt as you develop, so you don't have to switch, 10,000 gems later on. But you do get one free after you reach level 10 City Hall. Now in the next tier, for the B tier, we're going to put anything that generate action points. For example, Germany generates action point, and as well as troop training speed, which is pretty good actually. Good for starting civilization in here as well. Herman is not a bad hero to start with as well. We're going to put Spain as well. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Spain, we are going to put Spain here. Spain have a experience gain from barbarians by 10%. It allows you to kind of work onto your commanders within the game in the early stage. So this is a good early stage, decent, I would say, but definitely not something that you want to get in the later stage. So we're going to rank this per your progress within the game. You know what? I'm also going to put Britain in here because it allows you to generate more troops, as it has troop training speed by 5%. That helps you out a little bit, especially for those whales that might be pushing a little bit and you want to stick with archers in here for your special units. So in the early stage, what are most important to get for resources? It's going to be food and wood. All right. You won't really need a whole lot of stones yet until you kind of get into your mid stage of the game. And you need gold once you start reaching T5 closer to late stage. So we're going to put, in here, the important resource gathering civilization. All right. So here it is. These in the tier C are going to that's going to help you to produce resources. Now, this, as you can see, we rank Ottoman Empire, but you're going to be surprised later on. We rank Ottoman Empire quite low in here. One of the biggest reason is because I don't want you guys to focus on PvP in the early stage. I want you to focus on growth so that you can be stronger as you move into the late stages of the game. So just to keep you guys in tune in here is that Ottoman is one of my favorite civilization and I actually use it. And this is one of the best civilization within Rise of Kingdoms, but it's not really something that you want in the early stages of the game. So this part is our early stage game civilization based on what I think on the ranking. So now let's move on to mid game. So onto the mid game, this is when you start to switch things around. You have civilization change. What do? Maybe this is the time where you've reached T4 and you're trying to push to T5, or maybe you're T3, you're trying to push to T4. Well, the number one thing that you want to do is get the Korea civilization. So we're going to put Korea into the S rank in here because at this point, your buildings are pretty high enough and your research are pretty high enough. So you want to focus now onto research because you want to unlock your T4 or maybe T5 because the amount of research that you need is absolutely insane. With the help of research speed by 3% will definitely knock out some speed ups in there or knock out some time. And then at this point for the whales, we're going to put Egypt here onto rank A because, if you maintain your Egypt civilization, it's good. You get your building and you get your research as well. And you know what? Honestly, this might actually be an A because you're getting both building and as well as research. Now in the mid game, you might still be working on building. So we're going to put China here on A rank. We did put it down because it doesn't really matter what civilization you start with. We did put it down because it's only now focusing on building. Now, at this point, mid-game, there might be some PvP already. But if you are in a good kingdom, peaceful, for the most part, I feel like that's how the game is now. It's mostly peaceful within the home kingdom. There's not a lot of war because players have learned to work together. So we'll still rank in here some of the fighting civilizations as well. So for the A rank, we're going to add civilization that will contribute into troop training speed. So for example, like Germany and Britain. So we're going to put Germany, we're going to put Britain in here. These are going to help you to produce more troops if you do decide to pick these civilization. Now, Spain is still somewhat decent. It can help you to grow within the game. So we'll put Spain in here on A in the mid game. Okay, this is now mid game. I'm going to put Arabia into C because this is going to be for Wales. And I think, mid game, you might want to focus on development so you can spend less. You might want to go for Egypt for that one. For Byzantium, we'll put it B. This can help gathering resources. France as well. We'll put it over here. Same as Japan, Rome, and Ottoman Empire. We'll put this over here still. We're not yet in the late game here. All right. And then we are going to put Vikings in here as well, and as well as Greece. All right, so now this is our mid game. All right, so mid game, you're developing, you're growing. The intention in here is not to have a lot of fighting. That will hinder your progress. So now let's move on to late stage of the game. Now, late stage of the game, you worked onto your mid game to develop to your late stage. This is now maybe when you are reaching to T5, okay? Or you have T5 already. And, this is going to be when you are in KVK. What civilization do I need now? Now, you need to focus on fighting. You're going to be fighting a lot. So I'm going to put my favorite civilization on top. I think the Ottomans are the best fighting civilization and great for late game. I use Ottoman in my late stages of the game. As you can see, increase archer health by 5%. Troop marching speed 5%, great for movement, and you also get an active skill damage that will be effective on all types of marches within Rise of Kingdoms. Now, so this is the time we're kind of focused on rallies as well. So we're now going to be bringing in Arabia, Egypt, this is where specific roles comes to play. And we're also going to bring in, I would say, some of the S tiers great in here for free to play, like France. This is a really good civilization. Now, why do I do that? France is going to increase troop health for every single troop type. Increase hospital healing speed as well, which is really, really great. Great for fighting. You can spend less speed ups healing your troops. Now, another one that I want to bring in here is Vikings. This is also a great late game for infantry. So we are going to be bringing in Viking as well. Now we're seeing a lot of S tier. Oh God, this is kind of bad. Too many S tier, kind of hard to decide, right? But these two are going to be roles of whale. All right, that's going to be role of whale. This is going to be role of free to play. This one actually, whale free to play, open field. Yeah, same as these. All right. Now we're going to put Byzantium in A. The reason why is because it can expand your hospital capacity. We're going to put Britain just for its ability to train more troops, and as well as Germany because it decreases the amount of troop time to complete. China will be then kind of in the C now. Maybe I'll move it to the D. I don't know. We are going to put Korea as well. Korea is going to also increase hospital capacity. Exact same thing as a Byzantium. So Korea will put it on A. Now Rome, I would say, goes into A as well. We got Greece. I almost forgot about Greece. So Greece is another rally type of civilization. Almost forgot about the new one. All right, so Greece, we are going to put that over here as well. Now we got Spain and Japan. It's not really that great. Now, Japan is really good civilization for your farm accounts though. So we're going to put that below China. And then we're going to put Spain as well. So actually we should just move this up and move this up like this. So yeah, there we go. This is my late game tier list. All right. The reason why China is not that bad is because it's still giving you some, action point recovery, troop defense. It has a little bit of a use in comparison to, Spain. Most of it is focused on just peacekeeping. And then you got resource production. I would rather deal with the action point recovery, and maybe in this stage a lot of the free-to-plays are not yet finished working on their building, so it can still help you out in here. Japan, definitely something that you can just use for your farm account, although the increased troop attack by 3% is still good. But if you really are going to try to get the most optimal out of late game fighting, you're going to go for Ottoman Empire. So within this, you can also see this is our overall best towards civilization as well. Now, one thing, I found a YouTuber who created a really good tier list as well. Let's go and take a quick look. So this player, Bill Get Garrison, he made a really good tier list in here. All right, so in his tier list, best starter will be China. Best F2P low spender is Germany. All right, I'm going to try to make my own in here. And then Ottoman Empire, France for best open field. All right, best rally will be Egypt, Greece, Arabia, which is okay, that's right. Best garrison, Vikings, Ottoman Empire, Byzantium, France. Best off season, Germany. And best zenith of power will be Korea and Germany. Interesting, right? Interesting. Now, I want you guys to subscribe to him. You guys can check his video out as well. I just found him as I was looking for Civilization tier list. I was looking who's making it. I didn't see anybody making it besides him. We got to help our Asian brother in here. We don't have a lot of Asians creating contents for Rise of Kingdoms. I think I'm one of the few in here. And it's really hard. We get minorities. We're the minorities. We gotta promote our fellow minorities and support our fellow minorities. All right, guys, we copied what he made in here, and I'm going to rank my own, and we can kind of see the differences between his and mine, and I'll explain my part as well. So for the best starter, we can both definitely agree. We are going to put China Civilization for this. So best starter will definitely be China Civilization. Now, for best F2P and low spender, I am going to be putting France. This is something that a lot of the free-to-plays like, right? Free-to-plays with the 3% health of Universal will work with any types of units. I've mentioned this before. I've even went to France at some point of my time that I played Rise of Kingdoms. We're also going to put Germany. I do agree with him with the Germany. So when we did France, we get that troop health hospital healing speed, great for free to play. Germany is great because we get that troop training speed and as well as action point by 10%. I really wanted to add France over there. Now, when we look into the best open field, we are then going to bring in France once again. We're going to bring in Ottoman Empire. And what else would be good for open field in here, huh? I think these are probably the best ones in here. Oh, I'm going to put Vikings as well. Vikings is another great for open field. Now, moving on to the best rally. So this is kind of given. We're going to put Egypt, Arabia, and the new Greece civilization. I do want to add as well the Ottoman Empire in this state as well. So with the Ottoman Empire, especially if you're an archer, you get archer health plus 5% and an active skill damage. And dude, that is, you know, at the same caliber of Egypt, you get 5% attack and rally damage to the enemy. But what's great about this is that if you're a whale, which is something that is good in the open field, so you get to use it for rallying as well as, you know, get it to use for open field. So for best garrison, I am going to be putting, again, Ottoman Empire, because you get active skill damage that will work in the garrison, right? And if you're archer, you get archer attack as well. So these two things will work. Now, the next thing we will put is Vikings, because you get infantry attack and counter attack damage as well. So we're going to put Vikings over to the best garrison. And we also want to put France in here. France will give you some ability to increase the HP of all the total units. Now, for best off-season, I would say you can put Germany because you get action point and as well as training. And I would say Britain, if you are, archer, then you can stay with Britain. I've used Britain as well. Best for Zenith of Power. This is when you're going to be pushing your power with tech. You can use Korea for that one. You can also use Germany for that. And once again, Britain. If you have already stayed in Britain, you don't have to go switch to Germany just to get that training speed. Best for farm account, of course, it is going to be the Japan civilization. I'm kind of curious why he ranked the Byzantium in the best garrison. I don't see that. I don't see it. You know, for the most part, a lot of players run with infantry for, you know, garrisoning, not calves. So Byzantium, I would say, it's kind of hard. Where do I put Byzantium in here? God, Rome. What about Rome? Rome is increased defense, marching speed. So I would say it's also not too bad, you know, in the best open field for infantry. All right. I don't want to put it on best for nothing because I feel like every, you know, civilization here has a purpose except for this thing. This thing is trash. Spain is absolutely trash in the late stage. So we're going to put Spain onto the best for nothing. Now, for this civilization, it's kind of hard where to put Byzantium in here. So for Byzantium, cavalry health, stone gathering, hospital capacity. Perhaps it could be good for F2P and low spender. And it's something that you can also use to lower your power more in KVK, fill up your hospital before KVK ends. So this is what I think, you know, for the all these rankings that in comparison to what Biljet have done. So this is his final ranking in here. You guys can see it. You guys can also check him out in here. Send some love. Tell him that we checked out his video. So maybe he'll be surprised in here. But yeah, this is my thing in here. This is what I think that is going to be for each categories in Rise of Kingdoms Civilization. Do let me know what you guys think about this one. So I am definitely curious what you guys think about the rankings that we did today. Please do let me know. Besides that, if you guys enjoy the content in here, you'll find this very helpful. Don't forget to smack like onto the video and let us know what is your opinion in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys again next time.